This video, if you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. Yes, it is a nice voice, isn't it? It's a voice I did to be sarcastically giving people warnings who bitch and complain if you don't give them a warning when you're about to show something that is for adults only. A lot of absolute moron. You know, here's the thing: is there's people out there that actually watch true crime that can't handle true crime. Like, why are you following true crime if you can't handle it? Does that make any sense to anybody? Hey, I'm going to go watch true crime, but I'm going to bitch and complain when they talk about the actual details. I just want to stare at the screen and have you talk and say nothing. It's amazing. Good times, good times. Yeah, listen, if you're one of the people out there that gets overly emotional with true crime, you find yourself crying a lot, you're getting chills, you're just shaking all the time. Don't do it, man. Go watch the puppy channels. They've got the shows with the little Pomeranians and whatnot, and I think that would be just fine. Okay, but if you feel like you still want to do it anyways, even though you're crying all the time and you're shaking, and don't complain about it. Just let it be what it is. All right. Yes. Yeah, I need to write like a 60-second blurb about me. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. For my for 3 Minute of Mystery, a plug that I can put in there, I guess. So if anybody thinks of something cool to write, let me know. I don't really know what to say, but I've got a pretty good response so far from that video of the suspect. I think some people don't understand it. You know, I got this clown that kept commenting back when we were discussing that Libby was off the end of the bridge. And I know for sure that she was off the end of the bridge. That's because after we found out that she was off the end of the bridge, I actually asked somebody, and that person in law enforcement, and they said, yes, assume that she is off the edge of the bridge. They didn't say 100%, but it's the only angle you can get that the look of that white nodule. When you're even just standing up on there high, you can't see it the same way. It's just so weird, you got all these clowns that show up 3 years later after it's already all been figured out. There's nothing new there, and they try to tell you where things are and all that kind of stuff. It really, it's mind-boggling. And you try to throw all these words like, yes, well, you did the parallax and the... I just said, you know what? See you later, man. I don't have time for idiots like that. Yeah, well, that's not my only niche. My other niche is thinking rationally through cases and figuring out what the hell's going on. Okay, the mapping and all that stuff is also part of it. A lot of you out there like to watch the channels who come up with crazy bullshit on each case. And that's fun for you. The wild speculation. And I think it's kind of irresponsible, to be honest with you. Yeah, so there you go. So hopefully the video gets out there and the right person sees it. I think it does show it totally differently. And I think when you watch it this way, you can actually see how the person moves. Albeit there's some times where he's stepping over in those 2 seconds worth of video over railroad ties. You know, we got another one of the clowns today saying, look, there's like a rod in his pants there. You see, it's either a gun or a... Oh, really? So the gun's made out of rubber, right? Because it bends that little spot where that... You know, it's really just loose pants that somebody's turning into some bigger thing. It has nothing to do... It's not a gun or something hanging down the pants. It's literally just the pants loose for a moment, and then all of a sudden, of course, now it's a gun or a axe handle. Okay, but how come when his leg bent a different direction, it disappeared? If it was an axe, it would still be sticking through the pants. It's crazy. Yeah. Yes, everybody, hit the subscribe button if you'd like. Now, thank you before the show, Julie W. and Susie B. for becoming a member and then upgrading to the Oogla Boogla Freak. Oogla Boogla. Yeah. Yep, you got the old axe handle. Pretty soon they're going to talk about the GoPro camera. They'll talk about the jetpack, the oxygen tank, the puppy in the shirt, the list goes on and on. There was a funny meme that somebody made back in the day. I can't find it, but it was hilarious. It was like they took the bridge guy, overlaid him, put the sun in the air because people didn't believe that, they thought it was selfie mode, so therefore it's on the other side of the bridge. Really? With the same exact little white nodule of destroyed left-sided railroad ties? Yeah. So they made this whole picture there was like a little GoPro, a puppy sticking out of the shirt. I mean, it was amazing. It just went on and on and on. It was like it had every single possible thing. And by the time it was over, the guy looked like a, I don't know, what do you call those, like an android or something. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, it was hilarious. You guys should go try to find that somewhere. Yeah, she's an absolute idiot, Darlene. That's just the truth of it. Hey, hold on one second. Yeah, every time I start my show at 7:30, my wife calls because she usually heads home right around that time. But yeah, anybody claiming now, I don't know if it's a machete was used or anything like that. But anybody claiming they know it's a machete or there was a machete used is an idiot. Okay, that just means they're making something up, trying to create sensationalism. Okay, the only thing that we really know is that you can take from it what you want, but it's been out there, and Becky even admitted it, and it had to be out there, was that at the funerals, Libby had to wear a scarf and Abby didn't. Okay, so whatever caused the injury to Libby's neck or whatever, I don't know exactly what was going on there. We don't know. Okay, we don't have the answer to that. Yeah, it's just so amazing right now. Okay. And I don't know, why the hell was she talking about the case last night? Because I did a show on it? Yeah, she's just it's amazing. She does the most simpleton bullshit theories that I've ever seen. And man, everybody just loves it. Oh, God. Disgusting. But that's just how it is, I guess, on YouTube. And I guess you get more and more. We've figured out on here that if you keep covering the same popular cases every single day, then you'll get a lot of people. You'll build this huge group of people that just, they're so interested in that. And then as soon as you cover something else, there's about a third the people. Yeah, I don't really need to worry about it. Somebody mentioned the person's name. One of the worst ever. Yep, subminers I call them. What is that? I'm not talking about that person. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one that did a show. Yeah, we're not talking. I don't know why you guys are talking about her.
So mean. Denied.
I'm talking about another YouTuber. Thanks, Lee D. Up. Guess I'm still in there. Still in there. Yeah, maybe you guys can go remove those other comments that you just made about somebody else. I'm talking about another YouTuber, not somebody that shows up. No, it's just crazy. You get these YouTubers, they just start up, they put out really ridiculous theories that are never going to be true, and they stare at this camera, and everybody just loves it. It's unreal. They put so little effort into the show. They just write down stuff, look shit up, and go, oh yeah, okay, there you go. 200 homicides. Yeah. Indiana's got a lot of shit going on there. But nothing like Colorado, man. Colorado's got all the really cool neato cases. Yeah, they really do just make stuff up. They come up with these really wacky theories, and then people get really worked up on them. Then they go around on the internet, and they're like this amoeba group too. There's like 4 or 5 channels that all have each other on as guests, like they're just this panel of enlightened souls. They're so much more just knowledgeable than everybody else, all on the same cases over and over again. Yeah, it's unreal. It's unreal. I don't know. It really, really bothers. Well, you could probably tell it bothers me. Because they're not actually true crime YouTubers. They call themselves that, but they're not. They should call themselves a podcaster or something like that, because all they cover is 3 cases over and over and over and over again. Even when they're just absolutely dead in the water, sucking every last nickel out of every one of those. Yeah. So, anyways, we've got a few cases to cover tonight. There isn't really a ton in some of these, and then maybe we'll figure something else to do at the end, I guess. Well, cool, Suzanne Baxter. How did the nurse know me? Oh, hold on, my dogs are like, can you hear that sound in the background? They're trying to get in. Well, now they're in the house. I got a clicking sound going there. I think that fixed it. Nah, don't worry about it. It's just, no, they have a lot of subs, you know. They went from like 10,000 subs to 130 or whatever thousand subs. And it's only because they just kept hammering the same cases over and over again with this fake sort of, I'm on to you, man. I've got it. Now listen, this is, and it's always wrong. But it's always forgiven, and that's cool. Yeah. Gina B. All right, cool. Caught me live. All right, so we're going to, the first one we're going to do tonight is going to be a cold case. And her name is Lisa Joy White out of Connecticut. This is one that Claudia Dubauer sent me right near the... well, actually, let me see. Maybe I'll do one of these other ones first. They're a little shorter. Well, here's one. Somebody named Melissa sent me... There was like a homicide right in her neighborhood, and she went around and filmed it. There really isn't a lot of information going on in the case at this point. But you can see the crime tech vehicle there. So the only information that's on it right now is few details. Released by police after man shot to death in Hoffman Estates. Hoffman Estates police are investigating the Tuesday death of a man in northwest suburb as a homicide after the Cook County Medical Examiner's office determined he died from a gunshot wound. Authorities were called to the 200 block of West Berkeley Lane about 11:45 a.m. Tuesday, according to a statement. It wasn't clear who contacted authorities to have officers dispatched to the home, but in an email, Bending said someone made an unclear 911 call that directed police to the home. That's interesting. At the time of the call, the dispatchers were unable to ascertain the nature of the call from the 911 caller. Well, I wonder if it was the actual person in the house that made the call. I don't know. When they arrived, responding officers discovered a deceased subject on the scene. The statement said, Bending said the victim was a man, but he did not, so it's a victim. But I guess a victim is just, could be any means, I guess. But he did not provide additional information, including that type of injuries the man might have, or they didn't discuss the type of injuries they could have been. The Cook County Medical Examiner's office determined the man died, here he goes, from a gunshot wound to the face in a homicide. Okay, there you go, boom. What are all the hearts in there? What's going on? Yeah. She's been in here quite a bit lately, you guys. You don't see her commenting? Yeah, so anyways, it sounds like it was a homicide, so obviously that person isn't the one, unless the person made the phone call after they were shot in the face, and that's why it's hard to understand what was said, and then they died after that. So that person may have called 911 to help himself and could barely speak and then died. The man was 20 years old, according to data released by the office. Natalia Derivani, a spokesman for the medical examiner's office, said the man's next of kin had not yet been notified and she could not release the man's name. The homicide remains under investigation. Okay, well, and then the Freak family member actually went out there. And I think I found the spot, I'm pretty sure. So let me open up this video. So I was able to find, this basketball court, this house right there. And then there's this tree. That tree's still sitting there. And then you can see the yellow tape right there. And so I think it's the first house after, where the police car is parked. I think it's this house that you can barely see the side of it right there. That's what I think. There it is. And this is the spot right here. And then let's see. There's the basketball hoop that you could see. And I think and this is where that police car was parked, and the big truck was right here, basically where I am. And I think that this house here is probably where the incident took place. It's either this one or this one. These actually look almost like duplexes in a way. I mean, maybe not a duplex, but look how they're... Yeah, I mean, it could be. See how they're just mirror images of each other? One sort of... I don't know if it's a shared driveway. Yeah, it looks like this driveway over here would be for that house. So, I'm not sure what you call that, but it looks like these are really small and maybe they're duplex. But anyways, there was a homicide there. Maybe we'll keep getting an update and see what the hell happened there. It was mainly, it's not, I don't know if there's anything unique about it, but it was just cool that a freak family member lived really close to it and went over and filmed it. Man, look at all the hearts in there. So much love. So much love. Wish they'd filmed sideways so I could see. Even when you go back here, it doesn't actually show all of that. But anyways, there you go. That was a little quick one there. And then we've got this story here, Crime Online. Missing pregnant mom found inside boyfriend's freezer, wrapped in a blue tarp. Yeah, that guy's not going to win a Boyfriend of the Year award, is he? A Texas mom previously reported missing has been found deceased, and police say her boyfriend is responsible for her death. ABC 12 reports that 23-year-old Selena Ann Bradley was reported missing on October 16th. Hey, my birthday. Yay. After family members didn't hear from her. Authorities found her body while searching the San Angelo home of her boyfriend, William James Martinez, 39. An arrest affidavit indicated that Bradley was found stuffed in a freezer in the kitchen, wrapped in a blue tarp, with marks on her neck and the left side of her face consistent with being struck and assaulted. I mean, just for the hell of it, this is what I'm talking about right here. You see, just even like we're reading a crime online. I got the link in the description. And then right here, another freaking Lori Vallow, and just another story, because people just kind of keep getting people sucking every single cent out of these cases. Yeah, just drives me nuts. Hernandez allegedly admitted to a friend that he had done something terrible and he would go to prison for life. According to the arrest affidavit, Hernandez called, listen to this shit right here. He called his 4-year-old daughter on October 17th and while crying, he confessed that he had killed Bradley. So you should get another prison term for telling your 4-year-old daughter that. Fox West Texas reports that Hernandez was not in the home when authorities made the gruesome discovery. They later tracked his vehicle to Jones County, where he left it disabled in a ditch. A Hamlin Police Department officer captured Hernandez, and he walked on foot on October 20th. Hernandez successfully eluded officials until he was discovered walking by an officer with the Hamlin Police Department. Hernandez was subsequently arrested and charged with murder. According to family members, Bradley was pregnant. Listen to that. So she was pregnant with her 3rd child. So it kind of makes you wonder if this is just another one of those cases where the psycho kills instead of having to take care of the child. Let me read this one now. The search for missing pregnant women Texas. This is Oxygen right here. William James Hernandez, who was also known by the name Martinez, was arrested Tuesday in relation to the disappearance and death of 23-year-old Selena Ann Bradley. The San Angelo Police Department said in a news release. Bradley was last seen alive on October 16th. Investigators identified Hernandez as a suspect and on Monday searched both commercial building and a resident associated with Hernandez. They found Bradley dead in the home in question, and Hernandez, who was apprehended after a brief manhunt, was charged with her murder. God, this guy looks like a YouTuber that I can't remember. I can't put my finger on it. Let's see. Hernandez and Bradley were in a relationship, and Bradley was pregnant with her 3rd child. Before her body was found, Hernandez is alleged to have admitted killing his girlfriend to a friend, telling him that he had done something terrible and he would go to prison for life, and that Bradley's body was in a freezer, according to the outlet. In the midst of their investigation, authorities learned that Hernandez was possibly hiding in Abilene, Texas. Authorities located him at a car wash in the area, but he escaped capture after purposely hitting a police car. He's in jail with a $1 million bond. Prior to the murder of his pregnant girlfriend, Hernandez was facing charges related to claims that he sexually assaulted a child under the age of 14 on 4 different occasions in one day, according to a February report from the San Angelo Standard-Times. Man, what a pile of shit that guy is.
God, I can't believe you said that. Everybody's worth something.
No, this guy's a pile of shit. That's just the truth. Okay, well, hold on one second. Wife just showed up. All right. So, yes, everybody. I can tell everybody forgot, but yes, at the end of the month, we donate to charities, and the amount of money that I get from memberships, and this is again unlike those other channels. I get from memberships and any ad revenue that comes in. It's really low on this channel because the true crime is demonetized quite a bit. And then also the super chats. All of that money, at the end of the month, I donate money to charity, and it's not just like a little amount. We've donated as a channel $15,500. I'm hoping to get to $18,000 at the end of this month, with a goal of at least 20 for the year. $20,000, if you can point to. It'd be great if other channels did the same thing. I know some people, it's their sole source of income, so they probably can't do it as much. I know some donate quite a bit to charity, but you don't see a lot of these the amoeba channels doing any of that. Just bloodsuckers. Okay, so let me show you guys. A lot of times there's new people that show up because I got some new subs. Let me show you this. Yeah, so this year, so far, $2,700 to Kyron Horman Foundation for Allison Watterson. Wounded Blue Fund, $500. The DNA Doe Project, $2,300 so far. RAIN, $1,000. That's for violence against women and also the backlog of rape kits. NCMEC, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, $2,100. First responders, $1,000. Texas EquiSearch has got the most this year, $5,000. And then the Innocence Project, $900, and that's one I want to add some to too. Hey, thanks, Miss Gus. So there you go. All right. The man was a piece of. Oh yeah, he's a piece of crap, wasn't he? I love how you get these people that are ultra. I'm not sure what you call them. But if you say something like that, they go, that's just, everybody's a human. Everybody's got, some dignity. Well, tell that to the victims of Dahmer's, the ones that he killed. Does anybody think Jeffrey Dahmer had any redeeming qualities? Like you would go, well, you shouldn't really be so hard on the guy. He's... Right, Zozo. See, on this channel, what you're going to get is my real thoughts.
That man was
a
piece of
They're
poo.
rational. They're never just really crazy things. Well, you can type in the vulgar word if you want to. I don't know if he worked in the chocolate factory. I don't get it. I mean, what does that mean? Like he was covered with poop? Yeah, I mean, it's just weird when people talk like that. Yeah, I mean, it's really not cool to say things like that where you're sort of demeaning them as a human being. Everybody deserves dignity. Yes, even Jeffrey Dahmer. Even Jeffrey Dahmer, man. Yeah, I always check my email. You could just send me an email, Jason. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but you see people do that all the time, right? It's part of the hive mind. Eventually, we'll all feel guilty for blasting pedophiles away, right? You get upset about a pedophile, and eventually they're going to make you feel guilty for it because, by God, they were born that way. And who are we to... Yeah, you watch. Have this little clicking sound. Where is that? Is it right there? Strange. Almost like I think I know what it is. Thanks, Tracy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are, like proud being freaks when we
Your
put
work
out...
speaks for itself, Gray. Heart, heart.
Thank you. Like, just in general, we cover cases in the right way. And then, you know, we have put out videos like this, you know, with the bridge guy on the bridge, and it's a whole different look. And I think it's something that could actually help. And so, you know, I hope you guys are like, yeah, you know, you feel good about supporting it, the channel. Because you don't see other people do anything like that. What you'll see is them zoom in on a 1-inch piece of a video and then start circling things and say that they see all kinds of things. That's not helpful at all. It doesn't do any good for anybody. And as I've said 100 times in this case, the only thing that's going to help is if somebody recognizes the voice and the person walking on the bridge and comes forward and says something. All of the online sleuths, there's a chance somebody will come upon the right one, but I've seen probably 1,000 people accused of being the bridge guy or the suspect and then done side by sides with. So those can't all be right, right? They didn't think so. I'm just reading some comments. Okay. And like I said, see, when I'm reading the comments, you'll probably know when I'm reading the comments because I'm not talking. So you can kind of tell what the percentage is. What does cohere mean? I want something, and then the other one says, does that mean like closure? I don't even know what that means. Oh yeah, let's see. Oh wow. Well, thank you. I don't know if I need to say perfectly posh by Amy. Says, great, thank you for all you do. Keep up the amazing work. Love being part of the freak family. Oh, it's Amy, but okay. There you go. She's just got a plug for her business.
Let's try again. That man was a piece of feces.
Well, thanks, Amy. I appreciate it. Yeah, he sure was. And that was a big one. It was a multi... yeah, sorry about that. A multi-cat eye donation on PayPal, so thank you. Thanks, Crystal Ann and Kit Kat. Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't, you know, but here's the thing is, if you notice, it does have almost 4,000 views, the one, and the other one only has 2, but, you know, I think it needs to be having
I
like
miss
30.
Taco Tuesday at Gray's Confused Face Taco.
Both the videos aren't monetized. There's no commercials on them. So if you want to, we need to get them shared more out there because they need to be seen like 30 or 40,000 times, even more, like just out there. But I guess if I had put Morphew in the title, it might have worked. I mean, it's weird because it's only 3 minutes long too. It's not like it's, you know, that you're spending 3 hours. You know, like a lot of people think, oh, I don't have time. I don't have 3 hours to waste on my show. You know, because I spend 3 hours. We go over cases. We talk about stuff. We hang. You know, so a lot of it we're just talking about random stuff, but we do cover a bunch of cases, mostly cold cases that nobody else will touch and will never see it again. Wow, look at that. Like 50 moderator comments in a row. Politics and health. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything, Kim. But yeah. You mean the stuff that we talk about sometimes? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, but it's not just, we're talking about all kinds of different stuff, though. That's not the only topic. Maybe those are the only shows you've watched. I don't know. Right. Probably won't last too long. I can just tell a little something off there. Cool. All right. I'm going to get on to the case that I originally mentioned was Lisa Joy White. I'm going to go back in time here. This is a missing persons case. Hey, look at that. Just press the button. Look at that. Really? Hey, Animal Zoo. Never seen you before. Whose peeps are you? Yeah, let's see. State police to enter investigation of Vernon girl's disappearance. State police will begin helping Vernon police investigate. This is 1978. Okay. Help Vernon police investigate the July 18th disappearance of an 18-year-old Skinner Road girl, Major Frank J. McCoy said Monday. The FBI also has agreed to stand by in case police find evidence of an interstate crime in connection with the disappearance of Patricia Luce, who was last seen by her younger brother when he dropped her off at the 7-Eleven store on Route 83, McCoy said. I think the other girl, Lisa, is mentioned here in a minute. Yeah. A group of area parents, including Patricia's parents and the parents of Lisa White and Susan Larosa, who disappeared in 1974 and 75, will meet with McCoy today at 1 p.m. in the Memorial Building to discuss the number of disappearances from the Tri-Town community within the past 5 years. So, could there be a serial killer in this one, right? Patricia is the fourth girl to disappear from the Vernon, Tolland, and Ellington area since 9-year-old Janus Pocket disappeared near her Toland home in July 1973. Highway construction workers recently found the skeletal remains of Mrs. Larosa, a 20-year-old mother of 3 who had disappeared in June 1975, but no trace has been found of Lisa, 13, who disappeared in November of 74, or Janus, Mrs. Larosa, or Janus, and it says Mrs. Larosa died of probable gunshot wound to the head, according to her death certificate. McCoy said Monday that his request for assistance from state police and FBI was coincidental to the parents' request for a meeting. McCoy also said his request for outside assistance isn't meant as a criticism of local police efforts. I'm concerned about the number of disappearances in the last few years, McCoy said. He said state police and the FBI should become involved while it still is possible to talk to witnesses and while other evidence is fresh. The FBI already has questioned Patricia's family and some other persons, McCoy said. Yeah, so you got 4 girls missing at that time. And then about 6 months later, state police eye link in disappearances. So now they're really thinking that there's a link here. It might not be, but it seems like it. I was a vampire? I don't think I was a vampire, was I? I was just wearing... Remember last year I wore the green outfit and you could just see my face? I think that's what I'm going to do again. I don't remember having a no, my wife was a vampire. Remember? Connecticut State Police are investigating possible connections between the disappearances of 6 Eastern Connecticut women, 3 of whom have been found slain, a spokesman said Thursday. A special state police task force met Thursday with police officials from throughout eastern Connecticut and a state prosecutor to map out a combined effort in investigating possible connections in the cases, said state police spokesman Adam Berluti. He also said state police believe there were strong indications the 6 women may have been victims or probable victims of assault. State police earlier had said some of the cases may be merely runaways and not victims. All right, so their police are focusing their investigation on the death of Patricia Luce. I don't know if it's Lucy or Luce, who was 18 when she was last seen near a store in Vernon. Her body was found off Hodge Road in Marlborough March 13th. Also found dead were Susan Larosa of Vernon, who was 23 when she was last seen June 22nd, 1975, near a Rockville drugstore, and Janet J. Reynolds of Griswold, who was 17 when she was last seen August 27th, 1978, when she hitchhiked a ride in Colchester. Again, there's the hitchhiking angle where people willingly, like in 100 years, people are going to go, wow, people actually would just intentionally get into somebody else's car and get a ride? That's insane. Miss LaRosa's body was found Miss LaRosa's body was found May 22nd, 1978 in a wooded area south of Interstate 86 in Vernon. Miss Reynolds' body was found March 25th under the Gold Star Memorial Bridge in Groton. So some of the bodies have actually been found. Many of them. So this is sort of a longer article, but I think it kind of goes over the whole thing. Children, missing, dead, leaved, puzzled anguish. Yeah. I mean, the thing is even now we think, God, who in the hell would ever hitchhike? That's crazy. Hey, good for you, Kim. I'm glad you clicked the like button. Very good. Excellent work. Thanks for letting us know. I'm back, everybody. Hey, I'm back. Oh, well, we didn't even notice you were gone. Oh, my God, my feelings are hurt. I always think it's funny when people do that. They take off, and then they come back. Hey, I'm back, everybody. Like we were just all on pins and needles, chewing our fingernails, waiting for you to come back. Ray, you're so mean. I think I'm going to be put in jail here pretty soon. Yep, rodeo clowns. Oh yeah, it's always good to hitchhike. That'd be a good Halloween outfit. Just dress normally. And you know, maybe put like a belt around your neck or something. And then they say, "What are you?" And you say, "Oh, I'm a hitchhiker." Okay? It'd be such a simple outfit. You just dress normally, like you would go to work, and then show up with a belt around your neck, and then just say, I'm a hitchhiker. And I go, what do you mean? Well, because you get strangled if you're a hitchhiker. Not that that's funny, everybody. Get the dark humor there. Don't go, oh, did you hear Gray? He was laughing at the... No, I'm not laughing at victims of this stuff. I'm really making a joke on how it's so obvious, don't do the damn thing. All right. Okay, so let me get to this. Judith... Oh, this is such a long article, though. But anyways, Judith Kelly and Eleanor Lucy used to sit in the stands at the Legion football field in Vernon to watch their daughters shake their way through cheerleading routines. They didn't know each other very well, but shared the small talk of proud mothers. 9 years later, they are close friends and share the pain of losing their children. 18-year-old Patricia Lucy was found murdered March 13th in a heavily wooded section near Hodge Road in Marlborough. She disappeared from the Vernon area July 18th, last seen alive near a 7-Eleven store on Route 83, not far from her Skinner Road home. 13-year-old Lisa White, Mrs. Kelly's daughter from her first marriage, has not been found since she vanished November 1st, 1974, on her way back to her Reagan Road home from a friend's house. The two mothers try comforting each other with conversation about cups of coffee. Over cups of coffee. Conversations about cups of coffee. The two women lost contact for several years until Mrs. Kelly telephoned Mrs. Lucy when Patricia disappeared and asked if there was anything she could do. It's an awful way to bring people together, but now we're very close, said Miss Kelly. Let me see. How's that working there? The two mothers try comforting each other with conversation. The two mothers lost contact for several years until Mrs. Kelly telephoned Mrs. Lucy about when Patricia disappeared and asked if there was anything she could do. So they knew each other before that? Let me get... Now I have to go back. I gotta see if I'm reading this right. Found near murdered March 13th. 13-year-old Lisa White, Mrs. Kelly's daughter from her first marriage, has not been found since she vanished November 1st, 1974, on her way back to her Reagan Road home from a friend's house. The two mothers try comforting each other with conversation over cups of coffee. The two women lost contact for several years until Mrs. Kelly telephoned Mrs. Lucy when Patricia disappeared and asked if there was anything she could do. That's weird. So they must have known each other. It's an awful way to bring people together, but now we're very close, said Miss Kelly. Oh, is that what this is right here? Just sit in the stands at the football field in Vernon to watch their... Okay, there you go. So they just barely knew each other. They were sort of like... I missed that first paragraph. Oh, so just reading it at that point. Judith Kelly and Eleanor Lucy used to sit in the stands at the football field. So they probably just knew each other as mothers, and then they became close after... It's a little bit... That's kind of mildly interesting, though, isn't it? It's an awful way to bring people together, but now we're very close. There you go, said Miss Kelly. While close to each other, they're still very far from finding out how their daughters disappeared. The Lucy and White girls are 2 of 5 Vernon area females who have disappeared during the last 10 years. So 5 different females have disappeared from that small area. State police established a task force March 15th, reopening investigations of all the cases, but no leads have been found. The 3 other cases are 7-year-old Janus Pocket. Here, let's see. Let me see. Let's check this one out here. Murder of Janus Pocket. I think that spelled it right. Yeah. Yeah, it's on Unsolved Mysteries fandom there. Charley Project. Yeah. Jeez. She's still missing. Let's see what it says about Janus. Maybe I'll just do these instead of reading that long thing. Janus was last seen leaving her family home on Anthony Road in Tallinn, Connecticut on July 26, 1973. She planned to ride her metallic green Murray bicycle, which had a bell and a banana seat, through the neighborhood to search for... Remember those banana seats that we used to get in like 1975? Yeah. I guess even, yeah, like 73, 78. They just absolutely ludicrous. But man, you were so cool to have one of those. Did you have one of those, Kit Kat? Yeah. And they had skateboards, it seemed, that looked kind of similar. She planned to ride her metallic green Murray bicycle, which had a bell and a banana seat, through the neighborhood to search for a butterfly she'd caught and left on a rock a few days earlier. Really? It's still going to be sitting there? She was carrying an envelope to carry the butterfly in. It was the first time she'd been allowed to go out by herself. She never arrived home, and she never has been seen again. Janus's mother found her bike half an hour later on Rhodes Road near a wooded area less than a mile from her residence. The butterfly and envelope were never found. Also, she was bringing it back, I guess. Authorities believe something happened to Janus after she had picked up the butterfly and was on her way home. Janus was, well, of course. I mean, what does that even mean right there? Yeah. Oh, you're maybe they're just talking about the timing. Well, of course something happened to her, though. Janus was one of 5 people to disappear in the general area during a 10-year time period. Another was Lisa White. All of the missing were female. They ranged in age from 7 to 20. 2 of them were found deceased years after they disappeared, but the other 3, including Lisa, remain missing. It's not clear whether the cases are related. The late Charles Pierce, a pedophile who was suspected in many child disappearances cases in New England through the 1950s through the 1970s, confessed to Janus's murder. A photo of Pierce is posted with the case summary. He claimed to have murdered her in the Lawrence, Massachusetts area near an unidentified boy who was another victim. The boy was thought to be Angelo Puglisi, a Massachusetts child who vanished 3 years after Janus in 1976. Neither of the supposed graves have been discovered. Another twist in the Janus case came in 2000, when the bone fragments of a child were discovered in the garage of Nathaniel Bar Jonah, a man charged with the 1996 abduction and presumed murder of Zachary Ramsey. Janus's name surfaced in connection with Bar Jonah when his criminal past came to light. He had served a prison sentence in the abduction and attempted murder of 2 boys in Massachusetts in '77. Putting the possible scenarios together, investigators learned that Bar Jonah... How come I've heard of this guy? Hasn't... I think Cairo's talked about this guy before or something. Lived in Webster, Massachusetts in 1973 when Janus disappeared. Webster is only 20 miles away from Tallinn, Connecticut, which is Janus's hometown. He would have been only 14 years old when Janus vanished, but Jonah had already allegedly strangled a playmate by that time. There have been several additional accusations that Bar Jonah practiced cannibalism in recent years. He was found guilty of 2 unrelated counts of child molestation in Montana in February 2002. Bar Jonah, whose name was David P. Brown, claimed he was innocent of all charges against him. Authorities also investigated the possibility that he was involved in the 1997 Wyoming disappearance of Amanda Galian. Amanda is classified as a runaway, but her social security number has not been used since 1997, and there is suspicion that she met with foul play. A handwritten list of names entitled Lake Webster was discovered in Bar Jonah's possession in December 2001. Some news reports stated that Andrew Amato was among the children featured in the list, but this is untrue. Andrew disappeared from Webster, Massachusetts in 1978. DNA testing conducted in 2001 on a bone located in Bar Jonah's Montana garage proved that it was not part of Zachary Janus's or Amanda's remains. Andrew's DNA was not compared with the bone. Bar Jonah was never charged in connection with any of the other disappearances. He died of a blood clot in Montana prison in April 2008 at 51. Charges have not been filed against any person regarding Janus's disappearance. Her case remains unsolved. Crazy. So, 7-year-old Janus Pocket was last seen near her Tallinn home in July 1973. She never has been found. 20-year-old Susan Larosa. All right. So now let's check that one out. Or Larosa. Is it Larosa or Larose? No, Larosa. Yeah, this is 2014. Yeah, it looks like it's not solved as well. "27 years after the mother of 3 was killed, investigators sought some sign of what happened to her, putting their faith in the latest forensic science to give the answers. With whining power saws and high hopes, they tore out sections of the floor in the little apartment of 22 Ward Street, bagged them and shipped them to the State Police Forensic Lab. Larosa disappeared in June 22nd, 1975. Her husband, Robert, called Vernon police to report her missing. Yeah, so that case hasn't been solved either. It's crazy. I almost should do shows on just these. I mean, these are crazy. And then 14-year-old Deborah Speckler. Let's see if that one's been solved. I might have to do that, actually. Go back and give them the same respect as the other ones. They're no different than the other cases. It just happens to be one that. All right. Is it Spickler? No. I don't know. It doesn't look like that one's in there. Unless they spelled it wrong. Deborah Speckler vanished from her Vernon Henry Park in 1969 and has not been found. Police across the country search for an estimated 22,000 missing persons on any given day. Okay, then I actually have the Charlie's project for her right here for Lisa Joy White. Lisa was last seen in Vernon, Connecticut on November 1st. The night before disappearance, she'd been arrested for underage drinking, and her parents grounded her. After her mother went to work, she sneaked out to visit a friend on Prospect Street in Rockville, Connecticut, 2 miles away. Following her visit at 7:30 p.m., Lisa began walking home. She never arrived and has never been heard from again. Lisa left a note for her mother saying she was in... God, that sounds so similar to that other case that we just talked about. Isn't that wild? Man, that's just like the one that we talked about the other day. I forgot her name, but remember she left her house and she left a note, but she was being a 30-day grounding from seeing her boyfriend. Lisa left a note for her mother saying she was in love with an older boy, and you think I'm a little girl, but I'm not. See, that seems so similar. According to her sister, she associated with older boys and some men. The police initially believed she'd run away from home, but foul play is now suspected in her case. Lisa's disappearance was one of 5 in a 10-year period in the Vernon area, including Janus Pocket. All of the missing were female. They ranged in age from 7 to 20. 2 of them were found deceased. Okay. That definitely seems like there's some connection here, especially since they're all not solved. That means the one person who killed them all hasn't been caught yet. Often that's what that means. Especially since they're all in the same area. And don't forget, everybody, I'm just a cup of coffee, okay? Or, a mocha, or hell, a frappuccino. Okay, but anyways, an article came out today, actually. Yeah, taco and a cup of coffee, Coke, whatever. Yeah. Fugitive Files, Vernon Police look for new information into the missing person case of Lisa Joy White. So let's see what they're saying here.
Right now at 5, a Fugitive Files exclusive.
One person to come forward and say, I know.
A heartfelt plea from a woman whose big sister vanished 46 years ago. All this week, we are reopening the files of some of the state's most mysterious cold cases.
And tonight, it is the disappearance of Lisa White, a case that...
Hey, thanks Julie W. and Claudia Dubauer.
...has left investigators stumped for decades. Channel 3's Kevin Hogan is live at Vernon Police Headquarters as investigators make a new appeal to the public. Kevin.
That's right, Aaron and Mark. Lisa was just 13 when she disappeared. Now, Vernon Police, as well as Lisa's sister April, believe somebody somewhere knows something, and they need to come forward.
Just trying to get her name out there and, maybe spark something in someone's memory.
April Folletti was just 10 years old when her big sister, Lisa White, disappeared. Lisa was just 13 and described as a wild child by her sister. The night before she disappeared, Lisa got in trouble Halloween night and then grounded by her mother to stay in their Regan Road home. Lisa stayed and wrote this letter to her mother. Ma, look, I'm really sorry for whatever I did to hurt you.
You never stop looking. You never stop looking for answers.
April's mother went to work and Lisa snuck away. 46 years ago this coming Sunday, November 1st, Lisa White was visiting a friend right here on Prospect Street. Wild child by her sister. The night before she disappeared, Lisa got in trouble Halloween night and then grounded by her mother to stay in their Regan Road home. Lisa stayed and wrote this letter to her mother.
That is almost identical. She got grounded too, just like the other girl. And she was dating somebody else. Oh, look, there's the note. Hold on. Look, I'm really sorry for what I did to hurt you. I know you don't love me, but hey, when I said I wanted to sit down and talk to you, this is what I had to say. I understand how much you love Mick, because you'll have him for forever because he's yours, and you won't have us kids for something you know. I'm always looking for what I wanted in life, and that is Mark, and for family, I think. I don't know, the Deitches and Greg, I guess. I love Greg more than I ever loved anyone, and I always used to talk to him about you, and you know what he said? Look, you gotta understand how she feels to you, gotta doing whether let's see, feels to you, gotta something doing with her. You know, I had not really had anybody to listen to how I feel, and all those people I got close their mind. I love Maria too, you know, something like that.
Look, I'm really sorry
Oh,
for
I guess it's
whatever
gonna
I
read
did
it.
to hurt you.
You never stop looking. You never stop looking for answers.
April's mother went to work, and Lisa snuck away. 46 years ago this coming Sunday, November 1st, Lisa White was visiting a friend right here on Prospect Street. That was the last time anyone saw her.
For everyone's goal is to find out what happened and to get answers.
Vernon Police Lieutenant Bill Meyer has lived this case his whole 19 years on the force, even working with a special cold case task force that attempted to link Lisa's disappearance in '74 and 7-year-old Janus Pocket and Tolland in 1973 and 13-year-old Debbie Spickler in 1968.
Oh,
the police
aye.
questioning if there was a suspect responsible.
See, there's where it is. Hold on. They spelled it wrong in that article. See, they had E, not I. Yeah, see, the Vernon Tolland 3. So now they have a name for those particular 3. See? Debbie Spickler, Janus Pocket, and Lisa White. And they're all young. So maybe those two are related, maybe the other two aren't.
Responsible for the disappearance of all 3.
It's just one theory, but certainly one that we've explored over the many years this investigation's been going on.
My mother tried to keep some of the stuff from me, you know, but I would go and see posters of my sister's face and across the top.
Hey, Maddie, it was terrible. One of the worst videos I've ever seen. Okay? And you know that, right? That's why you're here trolling.
It says missing.
April questioned Lisa's disappearance, wondering if she was next. Now Vernon Police and the Connecticut Chiefs of Police Association are hoping to generate new information on this cold case, which never generated any physical evidence. Now they need information.
They were
hoping
wrong
now,
the
again,
whole
with this
time.
renewed attention, that someone else comes forward. We just need one person. We just need one piece of information, and we could crack the case wide open.
There's not a day that I don't think about her. You know, after all these years, not one day.
So what are police doing? They're re-interviewing witnesses, as well as potential suspects back in the day. If you have a tip or know something, anything, call the tip line or Vernon Police. Live the mobile newsroom in Vernon, Kevin Hogan, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
Well, it's cool, Maddie, if you like what I'm doing here, but I'm just saying if you watch that video and you got anything out of it, that other channel that you just mentioned, then, you know, I'm sorry for you. It was absolutely the most inaccurate pile of crap I've ever seen, and everybody's like, oh wow, it's so wonderful, and it was absolutely inaccurate. Okay, so, and I even mentioned that before, and unfortunately people don't listen. They just believe garbage. So what sucks is all the years that we've put out there to get all the accurate information, now all these new clowns are showing up, absolutely inaccurate. And everybody's like, wow, that's so fantastic. It's garbage, okay? They just go out there to get subminers, and they went to Delphi because they thought, wow, we can get two birds, we can get a Morphew and we get Delphi in there, and they just half-assed it. It was one of the worst I mean, they even had somebody showing him around and telling him what to do, where to go, and they didn't do any of it. They just did what they wanted to do. Hey, thanks, Andrea Ruggiero Drum. Or, as other people say, is Andrea Ruggiero Drum. People just do it because they just get quick likes. You know, these people have these people that watch everything that they do regardless, right? Like if you watch mine, I get the same number of viewers. It's not even anywhere near my sub count. Okay, but when these guys get on a roll, they go, yeah, I'll get a bunch of views on this one too. And it's just, why not put the effort in to at least get something accurate in it? Those guys absolutely lost all credibility in my mind after putting out the bullshit that they put out. Oh, hey, the bodies were found right here. They're literally a half mile away. All you had to do was watch one video out there that covered it accurately, and they would have had the information. And then they just not good people. Not good people. So there you go.
April questioned Lisa's disappearance, wondering if she was next. Now Vernon Police and the Connecticut Chiefs of Police Association are hoping to generate new information on this cold case, which never generated any physical evidence. Now they need information.
We're hoping now, again, with this renewed attention.
See, here's the thing. All three of these girls here, I don't know if they're all missing for sure. Let's see. Yeah, let me look this one up again. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do this one as its own thing. Yeah, I think these three are all missing still. So it makes you wonder. Yeah. And see, these three right here represent what I talk about a lot, is that there's people out there that are missing. And in this case right here, all three of these girls are almost 100% not alive anymore. But they haven't been found. So it just kind of lets you know that there's so many missing people out there that are buried somewhere in the ground. And they haven't been found. A lot of people are found miraculously by mushroom hunters, or other people like that. And it's just a miracle. No, it's okay, Maddie. I'm just trying to tell you the reality of it here. And then they're like, hey, we'll have Gray on. And then all the trolls on that channel went in there and blasted me into oblivion. Because I was going to help them out and give them the accurate information. But they didn't want the accurate information. They cared more about what the trolls told them. And then I even went deeper into the disrespect mindset of those two people. It was like the one-hit wonder. You got one interview where you hid the camera and unethically filmed somebody. And that's it, man. And that led to this whole sort of... Yeah. So maybe I'll do this, look into like the Vernon Tollin 3, just do one on them at some point. And then see what I can find on each one of them. Because I was really only talking about it because Claudia sent me an article on Lisa White But now it looks like there's 3 of them that are probably connected somehow. It's funny how they show you what they'd look like now. I mean, they disappeared when they were 13. They didn't run away, you know. Yeah, I was looking at that one case that you were talking about, Zozo, the Truro serial killer. I was trying to get it together, but it looks really complicated, so I couldn't just rush it together. Got a bunch of files downloaded. Claudia Neubauer. Yeah. Well, whoever sent it, I don't. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, thanks, Lee D. Whoever sent it. I'm just looking at it. Again, there's just, you know, I did find some newspapers.com articles on some of the people. I mean, but that one article's, you could just go over that, I guess. Yeah. Well, you don't have to be like, you know, I mean, I see a lot of people watching other people's video. I think if they're doing good work, something I can't stand is when another YouTuber starts going, oh God, and they're listing off these, you know, quote, great YouTubers, and they're some of the worst, just pathetic crap ever put out in the history of YouTube. And then you lose respect for them as a YouTuber just because you said that. You know, it was a little bit like when, you know, the profiler guy, you know, he, you know, started talking about 2 or 3 different people that are just absolutely, you know, it's not an opinion either. It's really just factually bad at what they're doing. Making up stuff for views. And then you're literally pumping them up. You guys always patronize Richard Watts. I think he just types that way. The other night I saw that he a little smarter than everybody is doing, so you guys are always, don't patronize him so much. Just treat him like a normal person. Yeah. He probably just has a shitty keyboard sometimes. What does that mean, Kim? Like, what did Maddie say that your response was like that? Maddie, man, I feel you, but I'm staying. What does that mean exactly? What are you referring to? Can you fill that in? Yeah. See, Richard Watts controls the world. You see what I'm saying? No, I don't think she said that at all. She says, I feel the love over here. That doesn't mean that nobody liked her. I don't, but your reply doesn't fit with any of that. It just doesn't make sense. Without wattage, you can't do nothing. See, look at that. Boom! He like tricks us all the time. I don't even know where Billy Boy Blue is at this point. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't understand the comment made back saying, see what Maddie just said, and then it said, I feel you, but I'm staying. Well, what do you mean? She said, she said, no, I said I was worried no one would like me, and they all let me know that they did. And that was before your comment. So, just saying. Oh well. It is what it is. See, this isn't one of those channels that goes, hey, wow. Oh, wow, thank you. Wow. Hey, wow, thanks. Thank you. Whoa, I'm so happy. Oh, thank you. You know, I appreciate when people sub and everything like that, and support the channel. But like, the whole goal here is to just cover cold cases and missing persons cases, and to raise funds for charity, and then also help my channel to stay being able to do what it does. Right now, if people like the way it is, then that's great and everything like that. But I'm not going to sit around and like beg people to sign up or something. I just say, hey, if you'd like to subscribe, go ahead. We also have a join membership down there where you can get the cool emojis. And if you don't do it, then hey. No, you misunderstood everything, Maddie. You just misunderstood everything I just said. I understood what you said perfectly. Kim Young didn't understand what you said. Or no. Yeah, she didn't understand what you wrote. Yeah, well, there's no more... there's no more focus tonight. It's just... Yeah, if people want to... I could open up the phone lines, though, if you guys want to call in, because I don't really have any more else to discuss. But you can call in and talk about what you think about the new released footage that I put out on the Delphi case. Takes a second to... I'm not going to go on to where. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't say to call in or anything. No, you didn't interrupt the show. We were already kind of done. Oh boy. It's almost like a tag team of trolls in here now. It's crazy. Like communicating with each other when I just said I understood what you were saying. All right. Yeah, okay, so the number's all good now. And I don't know if you guys can see that. Do I need to make it really big again? Like let me find an ocean to go to so you can see it. There we go. The dark, there, look at that. How about there, outer space? Can you guys see that now? Okay. Well, anybody can call in, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Maybe load this sucker back up. I hope you can see that. Oops. So neato. Yeah, what I was trying to tell somebody earlier is the actual shot was probably, and this, if you were just looking at this, it would be a little bit more over to the left and then down slightly. And then you'd have the exact angle. I think it's just about, like, if you could see how it's lined up with this side rail right here. I think if you could be about right there, which is a little bit more like just being right off the end of the bridge. Like right in that area. And then the camera's, there's like about a 1.5 to 2 foot drop off the end of the bridge. So if you were holding your phone by your side, it would be really close to the, track ground level. Now I'm reading some comments again. Yeah, you don't have to call in. I'm not saying to call in. If you don't feel like calling in, Maddie or Kim or whatever, it just doesn't matter. I didn't say to call in. I'm not sure why people are even wanting you to call in. Just call in if you had something to talk about. And if not, I'll just make it a really short show. I got stuff to do tonight. Yeah, I sent this along to a couple people. See if they respond. It's weird how they never do, though. Really rare when they get back to you. So if you squint your eyes, you can see it.
Hello? Hello, is this Gray? Yeah, I got a question. Now, do you think he's got a puppy in his jacket, or is that just a machete and a blowtorch?
Yeah, no, that's not a machete or a blowtorch. Although you will see stuff like that on other channels.
Okay, thanks.
That's it?
Yeah, I guess so. Bye.
Jesus. What a clown. Hey, Kubi, Zozo said hi a few times. You better say hi back. I can tell she's feeling left out or something. I'm gonna go to 9:15. Nobody called in. Boom. Done. Today was a busy day for me. My phone fell on the ground, cracked, so I had to go get a new phone. We got a television for the room because our television broke, and then the guy told me that, oh yeah, these work great. You put it in the RCA out jacks. Well, it turns out after we got the television, it doesn't have RCA out. It has the digital audio cable out. But then I realized I went on to Amazon and found a digital audio out to RCA out converter. So I'm going to get that to put on there instead of taking the time to bring back the damn television. And then that will allow me to wear wireless headsets at night listening to TV while my wife's sleeping. Yeah, maybe it has the Bluetooth, but I'd rather just have the headsets on. Anyways, a lot of stuff going on. Hey Zozo, Kubi loves you. Did you see that? She really loves you. I don't know what the deal was, who's prey or what, but he kidnapped both of them. I don't know if it was a decision that the person made
Zozo,
prior.
I love you.
Yeah. But yes, everybody, we are officially, what are we at here? 44 bucks for the night. For the month, the total at the end of the month. That's a good $8 for the charities. Let's see. I should have the thing on the screen, don't you think? The actual, I wonder if there's a way to do it. If I had it connected to this page. I don't know if there's a way to do it, but here we go. Thanks, Andrea. Jerry Drum and Miss Kid.
I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Yes, Zozo, she still loves you. Here we go. Chewbacca?
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Yeah. That's what the sound effect should be on the donations, right there. Don't you think? Thanks, Lane S. And Chad Bobinger.
I love Kubi and Zozo and Gree and all the freaks growing heart, growing heart, growing heart, growing heart, growing heart.
Wow. That was a lot. Wait, what is that one? Oh, look at that. Growing hot, growing hot, growing hot. No, you can't, Devin. Can I have a mod? Jesus. No, you can't become a mod, nor can you have one. Okay? All right, Devin, you're just out of luck, buddy. And you will not be joining us on this channel for the rest of your life. And that's a quote from Die Hard. Mr. Takagi, he won't be joining us for the rest of his life. Except it had a German accent. You know what one of the dumbest things in the Die Hard movie was? Does anybody remember the dumbest moment in the Die Hard movie? One of those ones where you just go, okay, now you're just trying to... Well, there was a lot of dumb moments, but it's a great movie. But the dumbest point in the movie was... do you guys remember when they were shooting out all the glass so that he had to run through glass and then he cut his foot? You remember that one? Try to pay attention to this one, Zozo. See if you can do it. Remember that one when they were shooting at the glass and they got all over the ground and he had to run through it and he cut his foot? Well, see, these guys are all German, right? So they were using the technique in there where they wanted to remind everybody that they were all German, so they're like throwing out all this German about, Sfister, I think means like glass or something like that. So he kept saying it to the German guy. He kept saying to shoot the glass, shoot it, and then he looks over at the German guy, and the German guy's like, "What are you saying? What are you saying?" And then he goes, "Shoot the glass." And he goes, "Oh, okay." Yeah, okay, so the German guy didn't understand shoot the glass in German. But when you said in English back to him, he goes, "Oh, yeah, I got it now." Yeah, see, that whole scene was just to remind us that they were German, but then let us know what he was saying. I hate shit like that in movies where they think we're just really dumb. Like, I bet you just said something to him in German, and he started shooting the glass, we'd realize that you said shoot the glass, right? Yeah, go watch that again. It's just, yeah. He's like, "What? What are you saying in German, the language I speak?" "I'm saying shoot the glass." Oh, I see. Let me see if I have that right here. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Carl. See, he already said it. Shoot this fister.
Shoot the glass.
Oh, now I get it. You see what I'm saying? That's funny that somebody else, there was just that YouTube clip of it. It's hilarious. The guy, hey, you said it in German. He didn't know what the hell you were saying, right? Shoot the glass. Oh, now I get... Yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Jesus. Do you guys have any things like that in movies? I saw the Oh, you wouldn't believe it. What the hell did I see the other day? Oh yeah, it was in. I was watching. You know that show Angel? I was watching an episode of that, and they were running in this house, and they left the cameraman in there. It was the craziest thing. The guy, he was like running through the scene, and I literally said, I go, "Why? Come here, Chris. Come in. You got to see this." And I got it on pause. And there was this cameraman low to the ground, and he was like filming up, and they they accidentally... Wait, actually it was in... it wasn't Angel, it was... I think the show The Rookie with Nathan, whatever his name is, and he was actually on Buffy the Vampire Slayer a long time ago. But anyways, yeah, he was like, there was a scene, he's running through there, and there's this cameraman. I mean, there's a job that somebody has just to get rid of that stuff. And my God, it was just simple. I mean, it just showed up right on the screen. I go, my God, and then I went back, and there it is. That's weird to see stuff like that. You'd think they'd sort of would edit it out after the fact for the, the online video portions of it. Yeah, The Rookie's a pretty good show. If that one gets canceled, culture canceled, whatever the hell it is, cancel culture out, they're idiots, because that one covers all the bases, right? I mean, it's got everything. No. It's not the guy that was on Roseanne. Yeah, everybody was talking about the Starbucks in Game of Thrones. I came to Game of Thrones so late, but I got caught up. Just totally binged watched the first 6 seasons or whatever. You know what's amazing about Game of Thrones? Every episode was the quality of Lord of the Rings. Like, it was just unbelievable. I don't know how they could even afford to do that. It was unbelievable. Just completely... Yeah, I thought it was great. Kind of took a little bit to get through the first season, but then it got really... Well, not actually, it's only about a few episodes you get into it. Yeah, well, I almost didn't watch it, Sarita. But my favorite character is, I think is his name Tyrion Lannister, the little person. He was, man, that guy's the best. He had one of the greatest lines ever. And it's actually in the true crime. I would use it in true crime because it's so perfect. He said on there, something isn't true because you want it to be. That's such a perfect sentence for crime. So you get all these people go, oh no, yeah, I think it's this. And yeah, well, it's not true just because you want it to be. Because a lot of people who make up their minds in cases and just immediately say somebody's guilty. And, even when it turns out that it's looking like they're not, they stick with that one. Because they really want the person to be guilty or have something to do with it. So that's when you can throw that out. Something isn't true because you want it to be. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I basically, when I watch shows, I'm really good at predicting what's going to happen. And any show, every show is predictable to me. There's only been a couple, well, when I say every, I mean most. There's only been a couple shows out there like, wow, I didn't see that coming. My wife hates it because I'll just be sitting there and I go, watch. In a minute now, that person's going to walk in the room, they're going to do this and this and this, and boom, boom, boom. It's like this long, I mean, I literally can just sit there and tell what I would have put in there, and it just, boom, it happens. I think it's a little bit related to like the intuition that I use in some of these cases that we look at. You just sort of read what's going on. Well, I guess Dexter might be coming back. Man, I'll be just all over that. The only thing I want, though, is for them to have the same damn intro. If they get rid of that intro with the cutting up the meat and the music, the whole show is different now. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I only say what's going to happen when I have this feeling and I just know it. Like, oh, God, watch. That's going to be the... That just... It's kind of weird, actually. But yeah, what'd you name it? You named it Dexter? Yeah. I don't, I think it's just, there's intuition where you're just sort of observing things that are going on, and then it immediately, it means something. It's not psychic though. It's just observing things that are happening, and then your intuition tells you what is likely about to occur based on that. And just experience, right? It doesn't mean like, oh man, I had a vision of something. But, yeah, I don't... And the thing is, I think psychics, people who claim to be psychics and then they appear to be right on something, their just intuition is pretty good too, and they're able to look at cases and figure stuff out, and then they pretend that they're getting this, they're divining it from somewhere, and then they might be pretty close to what happens at the end. Then there's others that are just pretending. They don't even have intuition. They just come up with a bunch of scenarios, create about 15 accounts, have 15 different stories, and then they go back to the one that was closest and say, look, everybody, see? Yep. Well, thanks, Carolina T. Just a second. Yeah, I can't stand it. Yeah, they always show up when things are looking dark. There's not a lot of information. And then the psychics show up and suck the family dry with their hope. And, nothing wrong with hope, but at the same time, it's false hope, because you don't have a clue what the hell's going on. Hey, good night, Richard Watts. Right. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go do some work, get some stuff figured out. Just had a couple of those few short stories for tonight. Today was kind of a busier day in the real world for me. But I'm trying to do that one with the that Lee D sent that Zozo forwarded to me. I was going to, I might just go over that article and then, because the article already put everything together, but at the same time there's these old newspaper articles as well, so I don't know, it's pretty complex. there's like 7 girls that, or 7, I'm not sure how old they are exactly, but that were all murdered in Australia in this one area a long time ago. Sounds like they had a serial killer over there. And they even have some basic information. But I'd like to, if there's newspaper articles, then I could probably find some, precise locations, and because they have aerial shots in the article, and that might make it easier to find because it's kind of a big area. Well, hey, thanks for calling in, everybody. It was good times. It's good stuff. Nobody had one thing to say. So, let's see. Thank you, Amy, on the PayPal earlier. Very cool. And then also on the Susie B, Julie W, Susie B, Lee D, Zozo, Miss Gis, Crystal Ann, Tracy, Crystal Ann, Kit Kat, Julie W, Claudia Dubauer, Zozo, Andrea Ruggiero, Drum, Sapphire, Kubi, Andrea Ruggiero, Drum, Miss Gis, Lane S, Chad Bobinger, and Lee D. That's alright. But the phone number was on the screen for forever, and this is now it's not. That number is done. Alright, so thank you guys very much, and make sure that you're still wearing your mask, maintaining your social distancing. It was cool getting my phone today at unexpected cost. It's cool how they have it all set up to just go in, you sit down, you're like 10 or 15, 20 feet away from anybody else, and then you leave out a different door that you came in, and they have plexiglass set up on everything. It's pretty good. So anyways, maintain your social distancing, wear your masks, and wash your hands as much as you can. Hey, thanks, Linda Howell, as in Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. No, you're okay, Kim. You're both of you're okay. I just didn't. I have a hard time.
Better late than never. Love
Understanding
you
stuff.
all.
It's hard to follow along in the chat sometimes, I guess. No problem. No problem. So, Halloween night, we'll be doing our donations. So, we will be... my goal is to be able to get us to 18,000 so we can just coast in for the remaining 2 months. I mean, if we stayed on that same pace, we'd be at like 23 at the end of the year. Right. Okay, everybody. Well, that's it. And thank you for showing up. And as I always say, everybody, until next time. Hey, I'll leave the chat open for a little bit. I'll play that music, that funky music that you guys like so much. I like it too. But anyways, we will see you guys tomorrow. I'll probably have more time tomorrow. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector,
is that Lori?
projector. I'm a certified lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector.
Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Green is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector,
and I'm always gonna be a pup protector.
full reflector. interceptor. And I mean a little vector on his
you said specter
with
word.
all respect, ya. Just remember I've a temple fucking check, ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.
Oh, wow, that was so cool, Mary Lou. Wow, that was so cool.
Wait, are you imitating me? I'm the one that always gets excited about the show.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Jesus. Good night, Mary Lou.
Good night, John Boy. Gee, you have to be so mean.
Wow. She's crazy. All right, everybody. Be safe out there.
thanks, Serena, they left, but hey, thanks.
What happened to Cristola? Stop being in my soul. She's a pain in my mola, like a bout with Ebola. She's like a pain in my nola, like a bout with Ebola. like a dime store troller, like a painful molar, like a bout with a bowler. There we go. All right, we got it. We're all right. Anyways, I'm gonna have to shut down the streaming part of it now, but you can still chat. I won't shut down the YouTube end. So it's gonna get really quiet here in just a moment. But what I'll do to offset the effect is I'll just slowly kind of, fade to nothing, and then hit the button over here.
Where you going? Where you going, Ray?
I'm just gonna go do some other things now.
Okay, cool. All right, see you.